Hello and welcome to today's practice. So we're inside because it's a bit cold and it's actually been raining today. So before we do get started, a couple of things, just checking in how you feel, any injuries, and please make sure you've checked in with a health practitioner before you do a yoga practice. If you are feeling good and ready to do your practice, and when you're moving through your practice, you need to rest, please rest. If anything feels painful, then that's a very strong indication to stop what you're doing and come into a simpler version or just rest again. So, more importantly than anything, you just listen to your body as you move through your practice. So we're going to start seated. So get yourself in a comfy position. Just lift your sit bones, sit yourself either on a cushion, a pillow, or kneeling if that feels more suitable for your hips, sitting in a chair, whatever allows you to sit and be still for a few moments. And then close your eyes down and just arrive here into your practice today. Just feel the body settling and arriving. And I'm going to ask you to bring your hands onto your abdomen. And I'd like us to start by just breathing in for a count of four and breathing out for a count of four. So let's start together, eyes closed, breathing in for one, two, three, and four. And exhale, one, two, three, and four. Inhaling, one, two, three, and four. Exhaling, one, two, three, and four. And just continuing with this practice, feeling the spine lengthen. Softness come into the body, particularly in those areas of tension, shoulders, jaw, belly. Just slowly counting an inhale for four and an exhale for four. And we're going to just do that just for a couple more rounds. Good. Let this be your last one. Good. And then exhaling. Good. Beautiful. And just let the breath come back to normal. Perhaps feeling just a little bit more of a smoothness and a fullness in your breath just after that short breath practice. And then we're going to slowly open our eyes. And today we're just going to do a little bit of sternum tapping. So with the pads of our fingers, we're just going to gently tap the sternum area, so the breastbone. Nice to stimulate the immune system. And then from here, let's tap onto the top of the head, around the ears, side of the head, the jawline. That's it. Good. Let's tap on the shoulders, across the chest, and make some cups now. Cupping down one arm and underneath the other arm and underneath. Cupping and tapping, patting on the body, behind your lower back, the thighs. Maybe make fists. Tap on the thighs, the inner thigh, shins, and just massage into the feet. And then let's just flick it out. Good. Beautiful. From here, let's take our fingertips down to the side. Find that beautiful length in the body. Relax your shoulders. Just drop your chin down towards your chest. And we're going to do half circles. So we're just going to very slowly take our head over towards our right shoulder and then down back to center and over towards our left shoulder. So inhale, exhale, take the chin down, inhaling to the other side. Exhaling your chin down and inhale to the other side, and just continue slow movement, just releasing through your neck. Good. Exhale down, inhale to the shoulder, exhale down, inhale to shoulder. Good. Let this be the last one, just evening it out on each side. Then let the chin drop down to the chest again. Relax your shoulders. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the head and just let the head just gently push into the hands. Relax your shoulders. Maybe bring the elbows in just a bit closer. We're going to inhale and we're going to lift the chin, open the arms, gently drawing the abdomen. And let's begin to take the chest up towards the ceiling. Good. Come all the way back to neutral and let's release. Inhaling, stretching your right arm up and just lengthen over to your left side. Other way. Good. Inhale, coming up, stretching up and over. And back to center. We're just going to flow from side to side, just feeling that lovely opening through the side of the body. Might feel just a little bit sticky, bit tight. Just letting the breath flow nice and comfortably through your body. Good. Make this the last one on each side. Good. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Let's just do a couple of shoulder rolls. And then in the opposite direction. Good. And pause. Let's come on to all fours now. So just moving yourself off what you're sitting on, pop it to one side. Cat cow movement. Shoulders, wrists in line, hips and knees in line. Crown of head forward, tailbone back. Just gently push down into the palms and into the tops of the feet. And then as you inhale, the chest comes forward, the gaze comes forward. And then as you exhale, we're gently tucking under, rounding the spine, let the chin drop. So inhale, the tailbone leads, the chest comes forward, maybe even slightly squeeze the shoulders together. And as you exhale, you're gently tucking under, rounding out the spine, pushing to palms, let the chin drop in. Good, just a couple more, just feeling through the spinal column. Good, rounding it all the way out. Let's this be our last set. So coming forward, rounding out, and then come back to a nice neutral position. So we're going to get a little bit more movement through the spine here. So I want you to try and keep your pelvis a little bit still. So instead of doing our usual hip rotations, we're going to do more circling movement through the rib cage. So you might feel a bit strange to begin with, but the hips remain pretty still. And you're going to bend the elbows, chest down, round out the back body, come down, round it out. Good. Just feeling that lovely movement through the whole of the rib cage. Good. And then let's reverse our movement. So it might be really small and isolated for you, or you might be able to drop the chest, round down a little bit more, and just do a couple more. So we're just feeling nice and even on each side, and then come back to center. Knees are together. We're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to very slowly walk back. So here the toes are tucked under. If this feels too intense today, please untuck your toes. Make sure the little toe is tucked if you're in that position. That's it. Palms face up. Lengthen your spine. Now you can either just stay here, close your eyes and breathe, or you can bring the right arm out in front and you can wrap the left arm underneath. Backs of hands can touch, or you can come into prayer. But I want you to feel the elbows lift as the shoulders soften down. And as you exhale, we're just going to bring the elbows down towards the thighs, nice and heavy in the arms. So there's a little bit of a opening through the back of the body here. Good. And then inhale, bring those elbows up. Lift the elbows, gently draw in the abdomen. Maybe lift the chest, maybe take the gaze up. And then exhale, let's release those arms. Hands out in front, untuck your toes, give them a little bit of a tap. And we do the other side. So we're going to tuck the toes under again. Make sure the little toe is also included. Palms can be up, close eyes, or left arm out in front, right arm wraps underneath. Backs of hands touch or come into prayer. As we lift the elbows, we soften the shoulders. And then exhale, just let the arms come forward, stretching out the back body again, relaxing your jaw. Most importantly, just remember to breathe. Nice, steady inhales and exhales. When you're ready, on your next inhale, come up, gently engage the abdomen, lift the elbows, lift the chest, very gentle back arch. And then exhale, come back to your center and let's release, unravel, untuck your toes, give them a gentle pat. Keeping the legs together, we're just going to sit back now onto our heels. Take the fingertips behind you, and you can stay here, or you can begin to just lift the knees up. Now, that might feel pretty strong for you as we stretch out through the front of the ankle joint. If that feels too intense, don't go lift the knees so high. If it feels comfortable, you can come to prayer. Spine is long. Close your eyes and find that breath count. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. Inhaling for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4. In your own time, just maintaining that breath count. Lovely long spine. Relax the jaw. And then when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Exhaling completely, we're going to slowly release down, hands out, and very gently just pat the toes out again, tops of feet, and then just lift the knees up, and let's just do some nice ankle rotations. That's it, and in the opposite direction. Good, just releasing through the ankles. Perfect. Let's tuck our toes under. Fingers are going to gently grip, and let's move into our first down dog. So when you're ready, gently draw in your abdomen. Inhale, hover your knees. Exhale to down dog. So if this feels really intense, lift the heels up super high and bend the knees. We're going to begin to walk it out. So just lifting one heel at a time. Nice, slow, steady movement. That's it. Then come to a place of stillness. Push into the base of your fingers, particularly a little bit more energy into the thumb and index, and just roll the shoulders away from your ears. I want you to feel your front ribs draw into your back ribs. Your ears are next to your tops of the arms. Jaw is soft, the gaze is steady, or just close your eyes. It feels intense through the back line of the body, then soften your knees. Lovely, deep, long exhale. From here, we're going to walk our hands to our feet. So bend the knees, lift the heels if that helps the hamstrings, until you come right to the back of your mat. Heels down, fingertips are on the floor, or you can hold your shin bones. Half lift, so just lengthen your spine forward and soften your shoulders back. And then exhale, let's fold all the way down. Good, one more like that. So inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. This is called a half lift. Draw the belly in. And exhale, fold all the way down. Let's walk our hands out and come into our first plank position today. So in our plank, heart extends forward, heels back, engage thighs, lift the lower abdomen. As you push down into your palms, I want you to feel like the front body is lifting into the back body. The gaze is slightly out in front. I'm going to breathe here for a couple of more moments. And then we're going to exhale into our downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, flowing forward into plank, lift and hold. And then we're going to exhale back into our downward facing dog. Good, last one. Inhale, flowing forward into your plank. Then exhale, let's come all the way back. This time, let's walk the feet up towards the hands. So take the feet a little wider. Hold the shins, half lift, nice long spine again. And exhale, fold. Now push into feet. Inhale, roll yourself up. Let's take our arms up, our gaze up. And exhale, hands come down. Tadasana, toes can touch, heels slightly apart or feet hip width. Arms down by the side body. Close your eyes for a moment. Find your foundation rooted into the earth. So spread the toes. Feel a lovely even weight from that point under the big toe, little toe, and either side of your heels. Lift through the inner arch, lift through the pelvic floor. The ribs are floating over your pelvis. The head floats over your ribs. Smile and feel the crown of your head lengthening all the way up towards the ceiling. On an inhale, open your eyes and float the arms all the way up. We're going to exhale and fold the body forward. Half lift again, so just lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. We're going to take our right leg back and let's drop the knee down. If you need to come up higher, hands on your knees. Otherwise, we're going to push the hips forward and lengthen the spine. You're very welcome to untuck the back toe. It makes it a little bit stronger. And feel like you're trying to lift your belly away from that front thigh. Good. Keep breathing here. Just allow the exhalation for the hips just to soften and drop just a little deeper as we open up through the front of the right hip. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to plant the hands down. We're going to step back into a downward facing dog. Take child pose if that feels too intense for you today. We're going to ripple forward into our plank. Good. Lift the belly. We're going to drop the knees. We're going to shift forward. We're going to lower down slowly. Squeeze those elbows in as you come down. Push into pubic bone, engage legs. Hands under shoulders. Inhale. Begin to slowly lift your chest. And exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog or child pose. Lovely, deep, long exhale. On your inhale, we're going to slowly lift that left leg up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips squared to begin. Push into the palms. Bend the heel towards your opposite glute as you open that left hip up towards the ceiling, but keep pushing to left palm so there's equal weight into your hands. Can you open your hip just a little bit higher? Keep breathing. Exhale, stretch the leg back behind so the hips are squared, and then sweep that left leg through, and drop your right knee down. So where we started off, lengthen your spine, and then push off with your back foot as you come to the front of your mat. Hold the shins if that's more comfy. Half lift, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Push into feet. Inhale, roll the spine up, stacking the body, arms up. And we're going to exhale, and we're going to fold all the way forward again. Half lift, so just lengthen. And exhale, fold. This time we're going to step our left leg back and drop the knee down. So hands on knee if that feels more comfy. Push those hips forward, lengthen your spine here, scoop the belly in. Option to untuck the back toe. And just let the hips soften a little bit more down towards the earth, but still feel that lift through the pelvic floor so the lower back and the pelvis is supported. Good, lovely long exhale. Tuck your back toe under. Plant the palms. Let's come through into our downward facing dog again. Good. Feel those hips lift maybe a little higher as the heels soften a little deeper. Good. When you're ready, inhale, float forward into your plank. Good. Drop the knees if you need to. We're going to shift forward and we're going to lower all the way down again. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, begin to lift your chest. Maybe even hover your hands, but keep the elbows squeezing in and the pubic bone pushing down. Exhale, let's lower. Transition back through into down dog or child pose. Lovely long exhale. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, we're going to float that right leg up. Drop the heel to your bottom. Open up through that right hip. Push down into your palms nice and equally. Hello, Sage. Oh, hello, darling. We've got a visitor here. Good. Feel that beautiful lengthening through the body. Can you lift the hip a little bit higher? Let's extend the leg back so the hips are nice and even and lower that leg all the way back down. Good. Step that right foot through and drop your left knee down. Good. Push the hips forward, lengthen your spine. Let's step forward to the top of the mat. Half lift, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Push into feet. Inhale, roll your body up, arms up, take your gaze up. And exhale, let's lower. Let's do a modified version of that one. So bend the knees, deep squat, Utkatasana, chair pose. So make sure your toes are visible and the heels squeeze in and the outer hips are hugging in towards your midline. Soften your shoulders, biceps next to the ears. Exhale, full forward bend. Half lift, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. Let's step that right leg back again. Drop the knee down, push the hips forward, and find length. Plant your hands down, step back into your downward facing dog, lifting those hips up nice and high. Let's bring ourselves forward into plank. Drop the knees if you need, shift forward and lower all the way down. Here you have options, up dog or modified cobra. Draw the belly in if you're doing the up dog, not for sensitive backs, wrists, or shoulder people. And then slowly transition back through into your downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, heel to the bottom. Open up through that side. Flip this posture if you're familiar with Wild Thing. Otherwise, just stay here with me. Straighten up those hips again, and let's step that left foot forward, drop that right knee down. This time push into front foot. Inhale, come up. Lengthen the spine, nice soft shoulders. Left hand's going to grab hold of right ribs, and as you inhale, stretch up and then over to the left side. So you're feeling a lovely opening through the right side. Open the chest just a fraction up to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, inhale to your center and exhale, lower. Let's step forward to the top of the mat. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Push into feet. Inhale, roll yourself up. Arms up, gaze up. And exhale, lower. Now bend your knees again. Utkatasana. Squeeze those heels in. Draw the belly in. Nice soft shoulders. Exhale, full forward bend. Half lift, lengthen your spine. Hands down and let's step that left foot back. Drop your left knee down. Push the hips forward and lengthen. Plant your hands. Let's step back into our downward facing dog. Take child pose if you need to modify. Let's float ourselves forward into plank. Draw the belly in. Shift forward and lower. Drop the knees if you need to. Make your way through cobra into up dog. Draw your abdomen in. Push yourself back through into your downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg up. Heel to bottom. Open up that hip. Push into your palms again. That's it. So that lovely opening. Flip this if you feel like it. Otherwise, just stay here with me. Good. Exhale. Bring that hip back to nice and even. And then we're going to step that right foot through. Drop your left knee down. Push into front foot. Inhale. Bring yourself up this time. And pause. Pelvic floor lifts. Right hand grabs hold of left wrist. Now lengthen and stretch all the way up and over to your right side. Feeling that lovely opening through the left side. Open the chest. And then when you're ready, inhale to center. Exhale, lower your hands down. Let's step forward to the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Push into feet. Inhale, slowly roll up, stacking your spine. Arms up, gaze up. And exhale, hands come back into prayer. Let's take a nice big step out for warrior two. So we're going to bend the front knee, right knee. Knee tracks in line with second or third toe. Back foot turns in. We're going to float the arms out. Soften your shoulders. Just bring the gaze down your middle finger. And just feel the pelvic floor lift. Let the breath steady. Let the breath settle and just come back to normal. Good, lovely long exhale. From here, just looking down, we're going to straighten our front leg. Step the back foot in just a fraction. We're going to lengthen forward for triangle. And we're going to bring the right hand onto the shin on the inside or further down. And we're going to float that left arm up towards the ceiling. So you can hold any part of your leg, but not the knee. And it doesn't really matter, but I want you to feel like you're lifting away from that bottom leg as you lengthen the torso. You can look forward, down, or if it feels okay on your neck, look up. Good, lovely, long exhale. Now look down, bend the front knee. Hands either side of front foot. Back toe points forward. Let's drop the back knee, left palm down. Stretch that right arm up for a nice twist. If you wish to work a little deeper today, you can lift the back leg, but keep the hips hugging in, that back leg nice and strong. And then exhale, lower. Push into your front foot. Inhale, bring yourself up for your crescent lunge. Now squeeze your feet together, lean forward. Let's bring that back knee forward and we're going to hug it into the chest. Grow a little taller. If you're wobbly, that's fine. That's it. And then from here, let's release. Let's do our second side. So nice big step back with your right foot now. Bend your left knee, broaden it. Float the arms for warrior two. Pelvic floor lifts, gaze is nice and soft and steady. Good, lovely long exhalation. Now look down, straighten your front leg, slightly step that back foot in just a fraction. Now lengthen forward. Bring your left hand down as you take your right arm up towards the ceiling for triangle. So if you might not be as low down as I am, you might come up higher, that's fine. But I want you just to make sure that the spine feels long and you're lifting away from that bottom leg. The feet are working here, your foundation, you're stretching the mat with your feet. Good, lovely long exhale. Now look down and release. Hands either side of front foot, back toe points forward. Drop your back knee down. Right palm on your mat. Inhale, stretch that left arm up towards the ceiling for your twist on the other side. You're very welcome to lift your back leg. Feel like those inner thighs are trying to draw towards one another. The hips are squeezing in. And then when you're ready, exhale, release. Hands either side of front foot. Push into your front foot and inhale, bring yourself up for your crescent lunge. We're going to squeeze our feet together, lean the body forward. Bring that back knee forward. Bring the knee to the chest, so hug it in. Maybe go a little taller. Keep the gaze steady on one point to help your balance. And then exhale, release. Good. Bend your knees again, deep squat. Squeeze those heels in, exhale, full forward bend. Take the feet a little wider now. Oh, we've got the dog visiting us again. Half lift, lengthen, and exhale, fold. And we're going to stay here, and you can hold onto your opposite elbows, or you can soften the knees and fingertips can drape down. You're very welcome just to swing from side to side, maybe bending one knee and the other knee. That's it. So just playing around with what feels good for lovely length and release through your body. And then I'm just going to invite you to be still. Let the head be heavy. Let the brain be heavy. Allow your focus just to come to your breath. A steady inhale and a steady exhale. Good, beautiful. When you're ready, release. Fingertips can lightly touch the floor. We're going to heel toe our feet out much wider so the toes then turn out. We're going to squeeze our heels in and we're going to slowly squat down. So if you only come down halfway, that's fine. And bring your elbows onto the knee. Keep squeezing the heels in, lift the belly and lengthen your spine. And that is your pose. Otherwise, some of you might be able to squat all the way down. Hands can come to prayer. And the arms can slightly resist into the knees if you want to open the pelvis a little bit more. And just close your eyes here. Breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out for a count of 4. In for 4. And out for 4. Good, last one. Exhale. And as gracefully as you can, release and transition onto your bottom and just stretch the legs out in front. Now lift your sit bones. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. We're going to inhale, float the arms up. And we're going to exhale and we're going to fold forward. You can place your hands down next to your feet or shins. You can hold the feet if you prefer. But I want you to feel like your chest is just floating over your thighs. So bend the knees if that enables you to do it. I don't want a big gap here today. Close your eyes, and as you inhale, just feel yourself just gently floating towards your toes. And on the exhale, you might soften and just go a little deeper in your seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Relax the shoulders, connect with that breath. Perhaps once again introducing the inhale for a count of 4, maybe pausing now for 2, and an exhale for a count of 4. And pausing for 2. So just introducing a little bit of a breath retention in between the inhale and the exhale. Good, beautiful, deep, long exhale. When you're ready, keep the hands where they are and just inhale and raise your chin. So it's a very gentle back arch. And exhale, fold forward. Release your feet and inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Let's take our hands behind. We're going to bend the knees and just take the feet on the edges of your mat. And as you exhale, we're just going to drop the knees over to the right side. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Inhale, center, and exhale to your left and look over right shoulder. And just slowly windscreen wipering those legs just from side to side for a few moments. Nice, steady breath. Just releasing into the hips, the lower back. Good. Let's do one more on each side. And come back to your center. Good, perfect. From here, we're moving into boat pose. So this is quite strong through the abdominal area. So what I'd like you to do is let's start toes touching and just holding the wrists under the thighs. And I want you to really feel that the heart is lifting and your pelvic floor, lower abdomen is drawing in. So there's an engagement through Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, and Uddiyana Bandha. So I want you to feel like you're drawing in from the knicker line to your navel and you're drawing that in. So you're really connected through the two bandhas in the lower part of the torso. Grow a little bit taller. Maybe then take those shin bones parallel, scoop the belly in, and you have the option to release. Now, if that's not very popular, then just keep holding on, whatever you're doing. Smile, enjoy your boat pose. Exhale, lower your feet down, hands down. Let's just try lifting the bottom for a moment and lower. Let's just do one more round of boat pose. Draw the lower abdomen in. Really feel yourself nice and buoyant in this position, just like the posture says, boat pose, Navasana. Can you lift a little higher? Let's cross the legs over the other way, hands down. Push down, lift your bottom, and then lower. Good. Place the feet down. Good. Keep that beautiful lift through the chest and the heart. Soften your shoulders and draw the belly in. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly lower down. So scoop the belly, sort of a C shape with the body. And with control, we're going to lower ourselves all the way down onto the mat. Hug your knees in, give yourself a little bit of a lovely rock from side to side. And then come to center. Feet flat to the floor. Let's stretch our right leg up and take that right shin across the left thigh. So really careful here for your knee and your hip. If it feels okay, then lift that left thigh and hold behind it or on the shin bone. It's not important. And I want you to feel, first of all, this right foot, the one you can see, I want to feel it flexing towards your shin. And I want you to feel that that right knee is trying to move away from you as your left thigh is trying to draw in a little closer. And then I want you to feel that the lower back is pushing down into the floor. And you might even enjoy a little bit of a gentle rock from side to side. Some of you, that might feel just a little bit icky, so don't do it. And just come back to your center. Good, beautiful. From here, let's release our arms. Take that right leg all the way over as if you're crossing your legs in a chair. We're just going to lift our hips slightly to the left, and then we're going to exhale and drop the knees all the way over to the right side. And just hold that for a few moments. Let the legs be nice and heavy. Good. Exhale completely. Gently drawing the abdomen. Inhale, lift your knees up. Now just slightly lift your hips over to the right side. And this time, exhale, drop the knees over to the left. And maybe take the gaze over your right shoulder. Good. Inhale, slowly bring yourself back to center. Unravel your legs. Just push into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips up. And then exhale, lower. Let's do the other side. So we're going to stretch our left leg up. Take your shin across your right thigh. Now, left toes flex to shin bone. Hold behind the right thigh. Feel like you're trying to move your left knee away, but draw your right thigh in a little bit closer. So we're feeling a nice release through the glute hip area. Now, just a little deeper movement. Push your tailbone, your lower back into the floor. There might be a slight arch away from the mat, and you're very welcome to rock from side to side. If that's too strong, then just stay static in this. The chin's jutting up, tuck it in, or maybe even pop a cushion underneath it so that it doesn't jut up. We're trying to keep the whole of the spine in a nice long line. That's it. Bring yourself back to center. Lower that right foot down. And let's take that left leg all the way over. Stretch the arms out. Just lift your hips just a little bit over to the right side. Sorry, left side. Apologies. And as you exhale, just let your knees drop over to the right side. Good. Breathe just for a few moments. Inhale to your center, and then let's lift the hips just a little bit more over to the right side, and exhale, let your knees drop over to the left. That's it, good, beautiful. So just taking that twist in different directions just to feel a different opening around the hip glute area, an area that gets really tight, particularly if you're doing a fair amount of sitting. Good. And then when that feels nice and even, inhale, come back to your center, undo your feet. Push them down. Inhale, let's lift the hips up to the ceiling. Option to even take the arms under the back body. Push into the feet, lift the hips. Good. Just feel a lovely opening. Breathe right into the belly. Thighs feel like they're lengthening to your toes. Release your arms and exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Give yourself a lovely big hug, a lovely big squeeze, and a gentle rock from side to side. So from here, let's finish with happy baby. Bring the knees to your armpits. You can grab hold of the outer feet or your ankles, feet to ceiling, knees to armpits, and I want you to feel like your lower back is pushing down into the floor. As your feet sort of push up, the hands draw them down, but neither one is winning. And if you like rocking, you can rock, or you can maybe even extend one leg at a time. Just be mindful, it's quite strong through the hamstrings. Here, I really prefer you just to soften now, let everything settle as we begin to move towards the end of our practice. Good. And then when you feel nicely ready, exhaling, we're just going to release and stretch yourself out in Shavasana. Make sure you're warm and you're comfortable. Today, if the back's feeling a little niggly, you're very welcome to take your feet to the edges of the mat and just let the knees drop in. That sometimes helps, particularly if you're quite tight through your lower back. Otherwise, you can just take Shavasana fully extended. But whichever version you're taking, I want you to allow everything to soften now. Just allow yourself to move into the most important part of your practice, the part that's often the most challenging, being still, giving yourself permission to relax. And as you exhale, just feel a relaxing of the toes, soles of feet, and tops of the feet. As you exhale, feel a softening of the ankles, calves, and shins. With your next exhale, soften the fronts and the backs of the knees. Soften the fronts of the thighs, the backs of your thighs. And as you exhale, relax your glutes, pelvis, hips. Soften the abdomen, lower back, middle back, upper back. Soften the ribs, chest, armpits. As you exhale, just soften the tops of your arms, the elbows, forearms, wrists. As you exhale, just soften the fingers, thumbs, palms. As you exhale, soften the neck, the head, your hair. Feel a softening of your ears, your mouth, your nose, and your eyes. Feel a softening of the skin on the cheeks and your forehead. And feel a softening of the entire physical body. And with the softening of the entire physical body, bring your awareness to your inner body as your mind focuses on relaxation, bringing inner stillness and inner calm. Begin to feel that expansive breath in your body, taking deeper than normal breaths in and out. Let your breath settle back to normal and begin to now move your fingers and your toes. Stretch your body out in a way that feels really good for you. When you're ready, knees to chest, give yourself a gentle hug and just roll to your preferred side. When you're ready, make your way to seated, sitting comfortably and just joining me. Just make yourself comfortable and with your eyes closed, just connect back with your breath. A lovely steady inhale and exhale. Stretching the arms out to the side, and when you're ready, on your inhale, float your arms over your head into prayer, and just exhale, bring the hands to prayer to connect with your heart. 2 more like that. Inhaling, float your arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer and down towards your heart. Last one. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, connect to your heart. Pause here. Take a moment to acknowledge the time you've practiced, those you've shared your practice with, and as acknowledgement, we bow forehead to fingertips as we say Namaste, Namaste. Thank you for practicing. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.